1. We should be live. What is up, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy MumboElite, back at it again with another Elite Army podcast. This is going to be the first one we've ever done live, so I'll explain kind of how it's going to work in a second here. But first, I wanted to introduce the guest we have this week, and that is Thatsthebruh. How you doing, buddy?
What's going on, everybody? Well, Thatsthebruh being obviously the YouTube name. My name's Luke, so just get that formally out of the way. Yeah, what's up, everyone? It's gonna be chill. Hopefully everyone's gonna enjoy themselves for the most part. So Reid said this is gonna be an hour long. I don't know the topic, so we're gonna get into it just, you know, freelance, and hopefully we can have a good conversations and good banter back and forth.
Yep. All right, quickly before we get started, we're gonna hop right into the topics here in a second, but I just want to say I see Salim in chat, I see Seal. Moderators, what's gonna happen this stream is, if you're new to the channel, if you guys see this for the first time, normally we read as many comments as we can during live streams, but for a podcast, obviously, we're going to be talking to each other. That's the point of having a guest, but you guys showed interest in seeing it live. So what we're going to have is the moderators, if they can relay that information to the subs, that's absolutely awesome. If you guys do have any questions, I'll ask at certain points, you know, maybe bring up some questions for a discussion, and we can kind of glance at chat and see. But besides that, dudes, we're just going to do it like a normal podcast. So without further ado, let's kind of get into it. So one of the biggest things in discussion, Luke, is the state of Call of Duty. Now, I'm a fan of World War II. I want to get your take of World War II. When I say I'm a fan of World War II, I mean competitive. I absolutely love the competitive aspect of it, playing with my friends. But when it comes to like pubs and zombies, I'm just not having any fun at all. And I think Fortnite coming out the time it did is almost the perfect time for people to kind of just play around with a different game. But for me especially, Black Ops 4 is going to be where I kind of not make my return to COD, but I go dumblit in it. So like, how are you feeling about Call of Duty right now in terms of what are you playing, what are you streaming, and are you looking forward to Black Ops 4?
Alrighty, so in the state of Call of Duty right now, it's a flip-flop situation. When the game was announced, World War II that is, we had 3 years of jetpack and Call of Duties. That, needless to say, Black Ops 3 wasn't bad, and these are my personal biased opinions.
Yeah,
Black Ops 3 wasn't bad. Infinite Warfare, I became more lenient for it. Like I was enjoying it towards the end of the life cycle, because obviously it was content, and I actually gave it a chance instead of just hopping on the bandwagon and hating it. Advanced Warfare was only good for competitive. That's the only thing I played for it, and it was for public matches, such as, I'm going to get into it in a second, World War II, Sledgehammer being the both makers of those games. The pubs were fucking terrible, and I feel like a lot of people can agree with me on that. So going into it, when we saw this boots on the ground Call of Duty coming out, such as World War II, we were like, wow, this is the game we need to revive the franchise. And once I prestiged in the first night of the game, midnight release, and I prestiged the first night. I grinded that game. No one could say I didn't. And it didn't feel like a Call of Duty to me. It felt like a little brother of Battlefield, but a more fast-paced version of Battlefield. It's slow. It's clunky. The guns have really weird hit detection. I don't know. It just didn't feel right. And I don't know if you can agree with me on that. But now that the state of it is in, like, Fortnite just took over the game, obviously. It kind of Fortnite basically represents what Call of Duty was to us when we were younger. Let's say like MW2, like it brings all your friends, everyone together to play a video game. That's a fun video game, that is. So World War II in the state that it's in now, since the newest game fixing update, I enjoy it. I've dropped 2 V2 rockets since pre-patch of that day, and I'm enjoying the fast-paced game play that it's providing. When it comes to Black Ops 4, Treyarch never usually lets us down. I can't wait for the next Black Ops 4 game. They're releasing it a month early, literally a month early, from November to October. So they're literally waiting to give this to us. They decreased the time range from 1 month, so they want it in our hands already. But I'm pretty sure Activision was just like, nah, you guys gotta chill. So I guess they gave us them some lenient way. Black Ops 4, I mean, don't get me wrong, bro. I love competitive, but competitive gets old. Playing private matches all day gets old. I've been playing competitive for 8 to 9 years religiously, and it gets old. What's the roots of Call of Duty? public matches.
Yep.
Team deathmatch at its basic form is what Call of Duty is all about, and somehow they messed that up. Somehow they always seem to mess it up every year. Said Black Ops 3, even though it was jetpack and COD, it was still really fun.
Oh yeah.
I still play it up to this date, but for BO4, I think this is their last calling card. No pun intended. I feel like this is literally their last thrive at a good Call of Duty series. And I have high hopes because it's Treyarch, and just it being Treyarch and them already saying, oh, it's going to be boots on the ground. I'm like, hell yeah, bro.
Yep.
But, you know, we just have to wait and see. What are your thoughts? What are your intakes on it?
So, yeah, I've been kind of looking at chat while you've been talking, and I see a lot of things they're saying is kind of what I wanted to talk about, which I completely agree with you. The way people look at Fortnite, like, especially the kids nowadays, people look at Fortnite as, like, when we were kids, how we saw Call of Duty. I remember when I was a kid, like, Xbox or PS4, it didn't matter. I was always at a friend's house or a friend was at our house, and we were just loving Call of Duty. That was kind of like what everybody played. Didn't matter what system you're on. Everybody had a blast. But it seems like as the years went on, more games came available. And then, like you said, you brought up, it went to jetpacks. I think that's where a lot of the franchise kind of split, and people wanted to kind of get out of Call of Duty. And to be honest, Call of Duty has been a huge game for so long. Like, it was going to take another game to take it over.
You can only go so high in the franchise. You can only go so high in your mountain before you fucking topple. Like,
so
it just...
My thoughts on Black Ops 3 is a game. I don't think Treyarch's let us down yet. Three of my favorite Call of Duties of all time have all been Treyarch. Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2, Black Ops 3. I love MW3. I love a lot of other CODs. I'm a COD fanatic. But in terms of my first COD that I owned, it was Black Ops 1 on PS3. So I had an absolute blast with it. And then Black Ops 2.
You're a PS3 kid.
Yeah. Black Ops 2, I actually got it twice. I got it on the PS3. And that's kind of when I started playing with a lot of my friends. And that's kind of where the social aspect came in for me. So I really love Black Ops 2 for that. And I learned about zombies, which I absolutely loved the Bears map. I know you don't touch zombies. But
I know you do. I know you do.
That's kind of my thing for Black Ops 3 too. Because the thing with Black Ops 3 is I was able to play competitive. I was able to play pubs. And also I was able to play zombies. And like looking at YouTube, I don't know if you've ever seen YouTube live streams for zombies, but there still is to a certain extent, but a lot of them went to Fortnite. But there's a huge zombies community that will never even touch one of the greatest game modes ever invented, public matches, and we'll just play zombies, which is still a blast of its own for us. But in terms of Black Ops 4, you know, I think World War II in terms of zombies let us down a little bit. I don't think people are thinking much of it, but yeah, I think you hit it right on the head. Black Ops 4 is kind of the last chance in terms of if Call of Duty messes up this year, which I'm hoping they don't. I don't think they will. Like I said, I'll say it till the day I die. They haven't made a bad Black Ops game yet. If Black Ops 4 is a bad Call of Duty, in terms of myself, I'm not going to base it off of what other people think of the game, because there's always going to be people hating on it. But if I genuinely don't want to play it, I will not play it, and it will be a sad day when I don't want to play a Black Ops game. So,
or a Call of Duty, and
Call of Duty in general. And to the people saying like Call of Duty's dead, you know, Call of Duty's always been an up and down thing. It's never been an even stagnant line. It's always gone up, down, and you'll see with Fortnite. Fortnite's done something that video games haven't done, I don't think, ever. And if it did, it must have been a while ago if it ever happened. But you see every niche, however you want to say it, basically people who play different games. So like I play FIFA, I play Call of Duty, there's people who play NBA 2K, there's people who play Fortnite obviously, but like different games, Skyrim, you got a bunch of different categories of games. It seems like every category of games, everybody's playing Fortnite. Battle Royale kind of...
Well, yeah, I mean, of course. Yeah. Like, it's the next upcoming game. It's been so consistent. I mean, don't get me wrong, the newest update, people have been hiding, like, with their pitchforks and torches, ready to just take down the throne of Fortnite. And I feel like it's going to be at a slow decline if they don't listen to the community coming up. Yeah. But seeing how they are, it is Epic Games. I'm pretty sure they're gonna fix it up just right. But sorry to cut you off there, buddy. What were you gonna say?
Oh no. the way we kind of do this is like, obviously we're gonna probably have thoughts on something, so we might butt in with each other. So don't feel bad about that at all.
Yeah,
but
of course,
like, talking about Call of Duty, I was kind of gonna ask the chat a question, guys. Are you guys excited for Black Ops 4? Let me know yes. I want to see a yes or no in chat in full caps if you're excited or not for Black Ops 4. And I was gonna bring up in terms of Fortnite. People really haven't seen Fortnite in terms of it on its way down. I feel like Fortnite's at a place where it's starting to peak a little bit with all the stuff they're adding in. Some people who absolutely love the game are starting to question, you know, are all the things they're adding in good? It used to be just skins and stuff, but now with all these new items, I'm seeing a lot of yeses for Black Ops 4, so I'm absolutely fantastic. I'm happy to hear that. But like, in terms of Fortnite, I think it's gonna hit a peak, and I think it's hitting it right now, where some of the fan base is not gonna like all the changes, and you're gonna see this quote-unquote perfect game that everyone's playing start to like separate into, oh, I miss the old Fortnite kind of community, and then the newer ones who embrace every change. And that's kind of like Call of Duty if you really think about it. I miss boots on the ground. I miss jetpacks. Like, I only want to do one or the other. So like, what are your thoughts on Fortnite? I see you really enjoy playing it. How long do you think it's gonna last?
So the day Fortnite came out, I played on obviously PC. I'm a PC gamer. Obviously for Call of Duty, I play obviously console. For PC, I play PC games, Overwatch, just the works of what PC gaming is all about. I played a lot of H1Z1. If you guys don't know what H1Z1 is, it's another battle royale game, kind of like the starter of the battle royale franchise. It would be, I would say, in this order: H1Z1, PUBG, and then Fortnite. Fortnite would be the first battle royale game to introduce the building aspect into the franchise, which obviously they did a phenomenal job. It's not broken, it's not crazy, and they polished it pretty well. But seeing I'm an H1Z1 type of guy, I liked H1Z1, but since the company, they didn't do it justice, they didn't update the game correctly, it went downhill 100%. When it comes to Fortnite, like I said, I played the first day of it. I got my first win. I got 9 kills the first game I played. I understood how to build it. You can build an imaginary head glitch with a key, and playing against the kids that I was playing against, obviously they didn't know, like, for being the first battle royale game they're probably touching, they're probably like, I have no idea what to do. It was pretty simple, and being simple, you know, it makes it fun, and being consistent with something that's easy is fun. Being hands-on with something that's very easy to pick up is fun. Fortnite being that, it's not hard for, I don't know, my 7-year-old nephew to probably pick. He's probably playing that shit right now as we speak. It's very easy for you to pick up a controller and just start playing. Then that's what Fortnite did right. They pushed out this game not just to PC, because that's what PUBG and H1Z1 were only doing. They monopolied it and pushed out to consoles for everyone to play, and you didn't have to have a $1,500 PC to actually play this game. And they did a phenomenal job. I feel like they already peaked, though. I would have to disagree with what you said. I feel like they already peaked when Ninja got on the news and started talking. When they started interviewing the face of Twitch, that's when it peaked. That's when it's at its peak, when it hit mobile. And to be honest, mobile wasn't that big of a hit. Mobile just, it's mobile. Like, woo, you put it on my iPhone 7. Fantastic. Does it play well? Not really. Does it play? Sure. At the end of the day, they peaked. And I feel like the more they add to an RNG, randomly number generated game, such as Fortnite or any other battle royale game that you literally can find loot through a chest and it's randomized, no matter how much they keep adding to the game and making it as random as they can, it's just going to keep going downhill, in my opinion. Consistency is what make games good. And that's why Call of Duty Boots on the Ground was what? Consistent. And feeding back on the jetpacking stuff of Call of Duty, when you jetpack in Call of Duty, it adds inconsistencies. Let's say, take for example Black Ops 3. There are 3 lanes to a map in each Call of Duty, or most Treyarch game-based Call of Duties. 3 lanes. You got mid, you got left lane, and you got right lane. When you run on a wall and jump and able to see over a wall, that makes it a lane. You jump around and you jump from one wall to another, that makes it a lane. Then let's say, take for example Fringe, if you guys ever remember that map. There's probably at least 20 lanes on that map, because you can run wall on a lot of walls and make it a lane. So like I said, going back to the consistency makes a good game no matter what. That's why I always want to feed off of CSGO. If you guys never played CSGO, you guys can just go watch some gameplay. It's basically the best shooter, or the most old-time shooter for PC that's been out for the longest time. It was my first PC shooter I ever played. They've kept it literally consistent no matter what. They haven't added any new guns. It's literally just been, let's say, AK-47, the op. Like, it's literally just been the same guns you use. They have bullet patterns, but it's been the same bullet patterns, the same guns for the longest time. Because why? Because they know it works, and they know it can be consistent and still be fun. And I just feel like I said, with an RNG game like such as Fortnite, a fun game, but the more you make it fun, I guess, and keep adding random stuff without testing it properly, sure, you're gonna feed off the community and you're gonna feed off their reactions, and like, oh, they don't like the portafort, or oh, they don't like how slow the pump switch is now. Like, it's gonna get to a point that they're adding too much stuff and not getting enough feedback in time for the game starts declining. And they gotta keep it up, because there's gonna be new battle royale games coming out there's literally already a battle royale game. It's a pre-alpha. It's called Radical Heights. I played a few games. It's really fun. It's boots on the ground, and it's really fun. But oh man, dude, like, the way Fortnite's going at this pace, like, they'll keep adding new stuff, but they need to fix the stuff first, because they're getting a little too over their heads, in my opinion. Definitely in my opinion. But for Black Ops 4, like in Black Ops 4, if I just hope it's just a Black Ops 2 2.3. Like, I just want it to be literally Black Ops, better graphics, same engine, and just play exactly, have League play, and the pubs just play the same. Keep it consistent, please.
That's the thing that, like, honestly, I feel like, yeah, Webster Fam said in chat, what's up, Drew? He said Fortnite sucks. He really doesn't like Fortnite. I think what would help Fortnite hold its longevity is if it kind of set up a system like Call of Duty, in terms of, you know, Call of Duty has the pubs where you can use basically any weapon you want to, any perks. You really don't have much restrictions besides like maybe a certain amount of items you can hold on to. But in terms of competitive, you know, you have all this stuff in the game. You have it kind of broken down into, you can only rock certain weapons, certain combinations of stuff. If you look at the pro scene, the people who are really good at the game, a lot of the same people, like, pick out the best weapons, quote unquote the best weapons. And most people use that. They get good with it. They learn patterns and stuff. I kind of look at Fortnite in terms of if it could be a competitive game, because I know they have that, like, 2v2 thing where you and a duo partner get in and you try to get as many kills as you can with, like, randomized loot, like you said. You know, sometimes, yes, I feel like at the end of the day, you'll win more games than you'll lose if you're a great player at the game. But if you're going just off of, like, one game, someone could land with a SCAR while someone could literally get in, like, the worst shotgun in the game and have nothing, or even
RNG,
just, like,
baby.
a pistol. And, like,
RNG.
Bringing back up what Call of Duty does well, I think if Fortnite wanted to go off of that, if they made it into game modes where they have, all right, the basic, when Fortnite just came out, the weapons in the game, things like that, here's this, you can play this if you want, or, like, restrictions on certain weapons for competitive. And then if you just want to have fun, you can have the new game modes that come out every once in a while. You can try them out, things like that. But quick question, have you ever played Overwatch?
Yeah, I've played Overwatch. I got about 70 hours of Roadhog under my belt. I loved Overwatch. That being another good game and good company to feed off of. Like, they did a great job listening to the community, patching shit that needs to be patched, buffing things that need to be buffed. You know, they're another great. What is it? What's Blizzard? There you go. Blizzard always has done a great job of doing well.
The thing about Overwatch that I was gonna bring into, like, not comparing to Fortnite, but, like, discussions about Fortnite. I think what Overwatch did well is I played it for quite a while, and I played it on PS4 first, then I finally got it on PC, because PC is kind of the place to play it, in my opinion. Sure. I think what they did well as a company and a game is, let me know if I'm wrong by this, but didn't they introduce new heroes and have it for, like, testing on PC? So they would see, like,
the
how
PR.
Well, how well the hero would do, like, what its abilities, what's OP. So they can kind of, like, fix stuff beforehand and then, like, introduce in the game. With Fortnite, I don't know if it's just because it's a free game and they're just trying to throw as much stuff as they can. Because, to be honest, I know the formula by heart. Throwing in new skins, putting a price tag on them, I guarantee you, YouTubers will buy those skins in a heartbeat because they know they can put in their title. They can put quote unquote free skin, and they'll make more money off that stream than it was ever buying these skins. And it's literally they're making money, the game's making money with ads being played. There's money being made everywhere by this game.
Just think about it like that. Like, what Call of Duty can you think of where people were just putting free shit like that? Like, obviously COD points, but it wasn't to this horrible level. Like, it wasn't to this point where you don't even know if people are actually getting this free giveaway shit, and you don't even know these 10-year-old Timmies that are streaming this and putting free giveaways and free V-Bucks and everything like that are actually giving it away instead of just putting in the title. They see, I don't want to throw names out, but I'm not going to. But they see these other big YouTubers. They see these other YouTubers like, oh, here you go, like, we're actually doing this. I mean, obviously I'm not looking too into it, but I don't see no proof of this. No, like, I don't see on Twitter someone tweeting at the fool saying, yo, thank you for the free V-Bucks, blah, blah, or showing proof of a PayPal transaction to their PayPal. You know, it's just like, it's bullshit. And they know it's bullshit. And I don't know, like, just looking at the fact, I don't like me editing videos and stuff like that. Like, I like editing my videos. I try to make them, I like the I make. Them sitting on the computer desk, really editing their videos and making their thumbnails, or whoever's making their thumbnails, are they really happy with what they're doing? Are they really happy, like before the content, before the Fortnite? Like, I'm pretty sure they were happy with the content and how they were growing, and now they're growing exponentially. But are they really happy with what the hell they're doing? Like, I'm manipulating little kids into buying my content looking at my content.
Yes, dude, I was literally thinking the same thing today. So just ride with me on this train of thought. I'll have another topic here in a second to talk about.
Go for it.
But literally, I was talking about this with one of my friends. He watches my YouTube streams once in a while. And by the way, if you guys don't know, that's the brother, the guest we have on right now, aka Luke. He's also a streamer who does a lot of Call of Duty. He also plays Fortnite and other things. He is the first link in the description. Please subscribe. This dude is the homie. His streams are lit, and whenever he streams, I'm normally just lurking in there. So you'll probably see me at some point. But, so we're talking about these people making titles, clickbaiting, their thumbnails, all this stuff. Here's my issue with it. And I'm one of the people, when the Paul brothers were in the news constantly, I was someone bashing them a lot, because I saw they had a platform where they had a very young audience, and I felt like they were using their audience and kind of, I don't know the wording I would say, manipulating them, I think would be the best way to say it. Like, how much they would plug their merch. Say, oh, if you don't have my merch, you're not cool. Putting the merch in songs. Basically everything they're setting these kids up for is, if you don't have my merch, you're not cool. You need to get my merch. And just like the Low Gang versus Jake Paulers or whatever it is, basically like middle school gangs going against each other. Like, I've seen plenty of stories where there's fights that like break out of middle schools because people were standing up for their favorite YouTuber, and that like during Halloween you couldn't dress up as your favorite YouTubers because it was such a big deal. They're afraid that violence was going to happen. I think the issue with that is people don't want to apply that to Fortnite now when it's the same thing. People say all the time, oh, Call of Duty should look at what Fortnite's doing well and implement it in the game. Okay, first of all, think about this. Does Call of Duty, an M-rated game, really want an audience of little kids in it? That's the first thing you got to think about. I don't think they want all these little kids playing. They kind of have the audience. Okay, we can talk about that in a second. I would have
to disagree with you on that.
1 second. Going back to the Fortnite real quick. In terms of like the streams and stuff, I was watching one today, and like I said, I don't want to call people out, but literally one of the streams I was sitting in, they were doing the free skin giveaway, and they have like the code you type in chat to enter the giveaway. It was literally spammed in it. There was thousands of people in it. It was just getting spammed and spammed and spammed. And people, I don't know if they didn't understand how much the skin costs or would want to get it themselves, but I literally saw people for like a $10, $15 skin donating 40, 50 bucks with the exclamation mark, whatever it is, enter the giveaway and say, please, bro, can you give me the skin? It's like, do they not understand they can buy it themselves? And I understand, like, maybe some kids or some people are just not as bright as others, but, or they want to get recognized by donation. I don't know, but going back to the Call of Duty thing, what do you think would be Call of Duty's demographic, and who would they want to tailor to? Because you said you kind of disagree there.
Because look what they did first. Remember COD points, bro? Like supply drops,
Yep.
like
Okay. Yeah.
it,
I forgot about
yeah,
that. Yeah.
yeah, of course. Like everyone wanted camos. Like Black Ops 3 is the one that did it the worst. Maybe Advanced Warfare, but I feel like it was Advanced Warfare when it came to weapon variants. That was horrible. But
Yeah.
when it came to just pretty camos and melee weapons and stuff, and since Treyarch was a prettier game and just was more child friendly, the only reason they cannot the only reason it can't be a rated E game because it's about war and shooting and blood, and that's the only reason they're putting that M-rated title on it. If they wanted to, or if they could, they put like a big T on there for teen. Like they would reach E if they could, but obviously government rules, laws, they cannot do that. And they know that, you know, I mean, when I was a kid, I was telling my mom this is rated T. She was buying this shit like candy. Like she didn't care. I was just telling her, like, I remember one time going to GameStop. I literally bought, I was like, what, maybe like 8. I bought a teen game. It was from, I think it was from my GameCube. I bought a teen game and I just grabbed a whole bunch of other games and I put them in the middle, and I just showed her like the top 2 cases and she was like, all right, cool, whatever. She didn't care that much. My father did. But at the end of the day, like, yes, the companies want kids to play this game 100%. Company wants the people, children, adults, anyone that can spend money on the game and or just to play it. They want people to play it. They want people to play it.
Yeah, I take that back now. Hearing what you said, I completely agree with that. There is a huge kid demographic, and even thinking about like when I was young, like I look at people who are like 10 to 12 nowadays, and I think, oh, they're like too young to be in my stream. Like, where are these kids coming from? But like when I was 12, I was playing Call of Duty. Like I was making sure I was playing Call of Duty. I loved it to death, and I completely understand people wanting to play it at a younger age and just wanting to get in gaming in general. Which kind of brings us into the next topic with all the people, especially in Fortnite, but just gaming in general now, starting YouTube channels, streaming on Twitch. Like, for you personally, I kind of want people to hear your side because not everyone knows who you are. So, kind of how long have you been doing YouTube? You know, what's going on right now? And kind of what are your future plans? You can kind of talk about whatever you want. I'll just kind of sit back and let you talk for a bit.
I'll be brief. So I've been doing YouTube for about 2 years. This July is going to be my 2nd year on YouTube. Starting off, my first goal on YouTube was literally just to get 100 subscribers. That was the first thing, because when I read that there's tiers of when you get subscribers and what that does for you, 100 subscribers meant that you get your personalized URL, which means it won't say youtube.com/UXWCCC whatever. It's gonna say youtube.com/ like my name, Thatsthebruh. And that was the first thing I wanted to do off rip. That was the goal. When I started, I wanted to have good content. I wanted to make it look nice. I didn't want to just be another Timmy just putting content up there. And I had a backing from when I was in high school. I wouldn't say I was popular in high school, but I had a lot of friends in high school and a lot of people that knew I gamed every day of my life. So they supported me. I got to 100 subscribers pretty quickly. But with no one to teach you how to do YouTube, no one to teach you how to put tags or anything like that, you just have to learn for yourself, making thumbnails, doing all the bullshit. And getting your videos to get recognized by anybody, that took a while too. So I did stream on Twitch and did YouTube separately. And around, like, let's say 500 subscribers, I was like, you know what? I feel like I noticed that YouTube had a live streaming program. And I was like, maybe I should just cut the middleman out, since, you know, Twitch isn't really working out for me, only getting 3 viewers a stream. Maybe I should just cut the middleman out. So I did. I started streaming H1Z1 on YouTube, and I met some people. I started growing, and sooner or later I got to 1K subscribers, and probably like not very long, I did get a shout out. Shout out to my boy Drano, love him to death. He did shout me out, and he pushed me to my 1K marker basically. And after that, I kind of just learned how to do my streaming thing by myself, making videos and stuff like that. But right now, since it is my 2nd year, I'm almost at 4,500 subs. I still feel like I'm not where I want to be, where, you know, I feel like I'm slowing down, and that's a feeling that I don't want to feel like. So starting soon, I did just buy a second PC, more of an impulse buy, but I did just buy a second, kind of basically the same branded PC that I have now. and I'm gonna start streaming on Twitch very soon. I'm gonna be making the move over, because when it comes to PC games, like PC games are PC games. I love them. Fortnite's the biggest thing right now.
Yep.
Overwatch is big. I love playing all of them, but the only handicap I have is me not being able to stream that at the same time because my computer cannot handle that. Even though my computer is a very good computer, it still can't handle the weight of what I'm trying to do. And I can't stand that. I can't stand sitting there wanting to stream something and stream at high quality, but I'm literally unable because my machine can't do so. So I made an impulse buy. I bought another, literally basically copy and paste same computer, wasted money. Hopefully it's not a waste, but I can't stand something holding me back when I have the money to buy it. So that's what I did. And I just want to be able to, I just feel like, here's my mindset. I play Call of Duty live streaming, and I feel like I have really good quality.
Yeah.
But playing Call of Duty live streaming on YouTube doesn't give a fuck about you.
Oh.
And it doesn't promote you in any sense of the word at all. So unless you're giving something back to them, and or you're being child friendly, and or you're playing Fortnite.
Yep.
But so playing Call of Duty and having good content, I'm getting good viewership, or consistent viewership. I love my Bruh Nation, love you guys to death. But it's just not where I want to be. So hopefully my Bruh Nation moves over with me on Twitch. Obviously I'm not leaving YouTube. I'm gonna probably just put videos up on YouTube and just stream good quality content, and hopefully more people have a bright eye to see it on Twitch, because Twitch is obviously the place to stream at.
It's a very sad and confusing feeling, having the site that you like grew up loving, watching as a kid, getting into making videos, progressing on it, seeing, like you said, hitting certain sub markers, continue to grow, and then just site changes out of nowhere, demonetization, all these rule changes. Like it's crazy, bro. And I know exactly what you mean. There was a point during the summer where I was like growing like crazy. I went from, I think I left school at the end of my freshman year of college at 3.4K or something, and I like went into the end of the summer hitting 5K by a Korean Savage raid. It was literally insane. If you guys never saw
about that.
Oh yeah, okay. But what was I gonna say? Yeah, there definitely was some changes, because it's like, yes, some people make repetitive content, and I feel like streaming the same stuff, it kind of can get repetitive. But at the same time, I feel like if you got a good thing going, it's working, don't fix something that's not broken. And for a while, I kind of did the same thing, Black Ops 3 and chill, going into World War II, playing that game heavily. And then it just hit a point with YouTube where it just seemed like that sub count stopped going up. The viewers kind of slowed down. It felt like, not in terms of, I don't know if it was my content I was posting, like what I was doing, or if it was just YouTube not promoting me, but it felt like that kind of fan base that I was getting from recommended off of YouTube, or people finding the stream off of the site, just completely stopped from the outside. And the only people who had access to my streams for, I felt like, a couple months were the people who actually were subscribed to my channel, unless someone like told their friend to go subscribe. And then off of that, you'd have like the notification fiasco, where people who even have notifications on, waiting for your videos, would not even get them, or they won't hit sub boxes. That was just a frustrating time. And you saw, I kind of took like a month off to kind of figure out what it was I wanted to do, what my goal was, because it's one of those things too. It's like, it's a great thing to grind, but if you don't know what you're grinding for, if you don't really have a goal, if you're kind of lost, sometimes it's best to take a step back and see, what are you doing it for? How can you improve? And just coming back to it after that month off, I kind of saw, Twitch has some opportunities that YouTube doesn't. I didn't want to give up YouTube completely, so I would, stream a little bit on YouTube, then say, all right, I'm going to Twitch now if anyone wants to watch. I would go back and forth. Now I'm kind of like dabbing with dual streaming. So if you guys don't know, I'm live on YouTube and Twitch at the same time right now. That's been working pretty good. I would say it kind of splits up viewership, sorta, in terms of some people want to watch on one side over the other, but I look at support anyways. Whoever wants to watch on what, it's there, they can watch it. I have some people who watch on YouTube but then watch a couple ads on Twitch, donate some bits, and come straight back over. So in terms of like the future of my YouTube channel and my Twitch channel, you know, we'll kind of see. It's kind of one of those things where I just want to leave every door open for whatever possibilities can come my way. And I know with Black Ops 4 coming, especially with YouTube, Call of Duty normally does better than it would on Twitch. So definitely excited for that. But right now, you know, just making the most of what we got. How about you?
Yeah, just I'm telling you right now, I'm most likely going to make the full switch over to Twitch. I'm not gonna. I know I can use Restream, but I rather just try to commit to one. And I guess I'm just a little bit different when it comes to the open door aspect, because I've had open doors for the past like 2 years. And don't get me wrong, I love my subs, I love my sub count. But you have to think about it like this. Like notifications are so broken on this platform. It's horrendous. I have notifications on for one streamer, and I don't really like watching streams for myself unless I know the guy personally. I can sit there and obviously vibe with the person. I like watching Summit 1G's highlights on YouTube, but I don't like sitting there watching streams. I have a very, very, very fast attention span. I can't. I have to keep going to the next thing unless it's an edited video. But I have notifications on for him. Tell me every single time he goes live, I get a notification from Twitch. Every single fucking time. Not without fail, I get a notification. On YouTube, I have, including yourself, we have high subscriber counts for like 4,000, 5,000 people. Bro, tell me who, like, and we're only getting like how many people per stream? Like, it doesn't, that something doesn't add up there, especially with the people that notifications on, or even the people that just subscribe. Like, you still will get a notification that even says sometimes you will get a notification. Where are all those people? Do they just die? Like, it doesn't make any sense. So that's why when I get my second computer, I'm gonna look into everything I need to do, and probably starting by the end of the month, I'm just gonna make the full switch over to Twitch. Because I already have a Twitch channel already. I have about 300 followers on there. I just stopped using it. Now, it's not needless to say, I'm not gonna leave the people that watch me on my live streams on YouTube. I will make a video every time I'm going live on Twitch. I will upload that video before I start live streaming and be like, yo, listen, it's only gonna be like a 30 or 40 second long video. I'm gonna be streaming on this, blah, blah, blah. Come make an account. I'll tell you guys it's a lot better, and we'll see where it goes from there. I just want to stream at good quality on a site that actually respects its content creators, and not just one that only looks for fucking Logan Paul and, you know, just the people that give him free V-Bucks, you know?
I feel you 100%. One thing real quick, going back to like the notifications, like I think we both are in the same boat, that we understand that normally, for the most part, a live stream of a game will do better than making a video on the game. But I still feel like I look at your view counts for videos, how well your videos are. I'm surprised on like how little views they get to what I think they would. And mine, I don't put all the effort in the world. I'm trying to get better at editing, but it's like the way I look at it is like I'll have people who will be like, "Oh, Mumbo, you should make more videos." I'm like, "Bro, I made like 3 videos this week. Did you not see them?" And they'll just straight up be like, "I never got notified," or "I didn't see it in my sub box." They kind of have to like dig on your channel to find it. So I don't know what's happening there, but that's kind of annoying.
Of course. It just, I don't know. It just, YouTube needs to get better, but and I see that it's not. And I feel like it just is, it's not dying. I feel like going back to the Fortnite thing, it's just dying. There's no other video entertainment website out there for other people to use besides YouTube. Everyone knows what YouTube is. There are other video streaming services that you can upload videos on and people can watch them for their entertainment, but they're not as big as YouTube. I feel like YouTube is like the Facebook of everything, you know, Facebook, social media, and then YouTube is the videos, you know. I don't know. It just feels like for me, that is, it's just a slow decline, and I can't stand myself feeling like I'm being like stopped. It bothers me, especially if I have the power to change that. So one more time to reiterate what I said, YouTube has been great. I'm gonna keep uploading videos because obviously that's what I started to do with it in the first place. I love uploading videos and making content, but I just feel like what I do best is streaming, and I want to do it on a site that I can get more exposure off of, and you know, my Bro Nation will just have to come over and help me out with that, and you know, I'm pretty sure they will. So we'll just have to see where the road takes us from here.
Yeah, and I like how you said that. Like, you talk about the Bro Nation, I talk about the Elite Army. It's kind of the same thing in terms of like people who support you regardless will come to those sites. You know, I think the biggest thing is we want to get those people who, you know, are on the fence or maybe don't have the other one download. We're trying to get, you know, as many people as we can to go to another site. But at the end of the day, I think no matter what happens, you know, YouTube could shut down tomorrow.
Yes, sir.
Who knows? The people who are going to support you are going to be there. And I don't know, for me, just I'm trying to have more fun with it now than anything. I know when I was finding more success with it last year, I started looking at it in terms of, oh shit, this could quickly become a possible job if I play my cards right and I do things right. But now I'm kind of, it's still a decent amount of income. I look at it as like a part-time job where I'm not working. I'm literally just playing video games and having fun. But
of course,
it is so hit or miss. You see channels, you know, just start off or just pop up out of nowhere. And I'm just hoping, you know, you play the cards right and both of us can have that happen. So for
yeah, and I feel like it's just a bit of luck.
Yeah,
it's just the stronghold of luck. I've seen channels just post up some bull and just they get blown up and they get views, and it's always to the matter of the consumer, of how entertaining your videos can be to somebody and how entertaining. Like, it doesn't matter how entertaining you feel like you edited your, it's just how entertaining the other person sees your videos. And for me, I try to make my videos as entertaining as possible. I mean, I don't really do anything crazy. I'm not doing montage or anything. I just do, you know, commentary and just try to give out good gameplays. But needless to say, that's not what everyone enjoys. People like to see, like, you know, create a class setups or even supply job openings. I'm not the type of person to do that. I don't play the game, like, let's say World War II. I don't play the game that religiously. But people have different preferences, and for me, I feel like I go towards the people that can't play Call of Duty as well as I can, you know, just try to give out entertaining content. But when it comes to YouTube, bud, like, it's a slippery slope.
Definitely.
YouTube only demographics towards, I feel like for the past, like, let's say year, YouTube is demographing themselves towards younger audiences. They're stringing away from the adults in a sense, and it's just rotating around reactions, let's say V-Bucks, or let's say Fortnite in a sense, since it's the biggest game. And I would say that's been a decline of pranks, but there was a time that pranks were just fucking all over the place. But yeah, bro, it's just you gotta play your cards right on YouTube, but there's a shit ton of luck in there when it comes to that as well.
For sure.
Hard work does pay off at the end of the day, but like I said, luck does play a factor.
Yes.
100% it does.
I like how you bring that up, because I feel like that's a perfect point. That's going to bring us into our next topic, which is people, you know, starting off streaming or making videos. You know, what should they do? I think no matter what happens, you know, if you pop off, if you don't pop off, you got to be about that grind life. You need to be willing to put in the work, because if you really think about it, I look back at my channel. I don't know what some of your most successful streams were. Probably the one where I rated you, because I don't know, probably the biggest one you've ever had. Just kidding. Sure. In terms of like some of the best streams I look at, it's like some of those days I'll be live for an hour, you know, maybe not feeling it completely, maybe wanting to go do something else, but I tell myself, you know what, if I really want to do this, I'm going to grind it out. You know, if there's haters in there, you know, I'm not going to let the hate get to me. Go live for another half an hour, and then boom, a huge raid happens, or like YouTube randomly recommends me and suddenly I got this whole new audience coming in. I think one of the best things you can do, and the question we're going to talk about, I want to ask you is, you know, what's your advice for new streamers or new content creators? I think in terms of YouTube goes, Twitch aside, just YouTube.
Sure.
YouTube, the way it works is there's always sorts of videos or things that pop off, and you'll see one get crazy successful, and you'll see a lot of people follow it. I don't think there's anything wrong with the concept of seeing something successful and trying to emulate it in your own way and finding success. But what I see a lot of people do wrong is early on, you know, they don't have a base for their channel. I call it a community. You have your Bro Nation, I have my Elite Army. They don't have a place where these people, no matter what, can come to and say, hey, this is kind of like home base. No matter what, we support this person. A lot of people, they'll just clickbait, have some super successful video that's clickbait, and it seems like their whole channel is known off of that. So they're trying to ride that and going with the flow, maybe making a Fortnite video since it's popping. The next trend, they'll try to hop on it, and they really never, I feel, enjoy it as much as they could if they would just, you know, find their own lane. And I don't want to speak for other people, but like the thing I find most enjoyable about YouTube is taking an idea, taking a game, taking the concept of something that someone and other people have done thousands of times, such as play a video game and stream it, and making it completely different. I think for me, the thing I've kind of made my own was the Black Ops 3 and chill. If you guys ever came to a stream and you saw this random ass chick in my thumbnail with me, it was like, oh, Mumbo's a player. I remember back in the day, one of my first streams going into college, we called it Black Ops 3 and chill because we literally were just playing it and hanging out. And there was like a couple watching our stream, and one of them was like, oh, hey, we're gonna head out. It was fun watching the stream, but we're gonna go have some fun. We'll talk to you later. And then like I got a message next stream, and they're like, yo, thank you so much. You honestly have no idea what you did for me. I'm like, what are you talking about? And they're like, well, we went to put on some Netflix, but that really wasn't working for us, so we kind of turned on your stream, and yeah, we had sex while watching your stream. And I was like, hey, you know, whatever gets it done. whatever gets it done, homies. I'm not gonna judge. Johnny, what was somebody Empire? But yeah, so I think for me that was one of the coolest moments in terms of like, I kind of established that as my own. I'm like, all right, this is cool. People like know this now. Like, this is a place you can come. Instead of Netflix and chill, you can MumboElite and chill, Elite Army and chill, Black Ops 3 and chill. I guess my question for you is, what advice would you have for like YouTube streamers and content creators, and kind of what content have you made your own? I know you have some videos that I don't know too much about, but I absolutely love watching with Dragon Ball, but I'll kind of let you discuss open-endedly.
One basis I want to get off the rip in general is when people come to my streams and like, let's say self-promote, and I go to their channels and just see like, you know, they're recording off the PS4 or, you know, and when it comes to stuff like that, obviously everyone with a PS4 is able to stream. Anyone with a PS4 is able to record with their PS4 content. Content is literally what you can record and make into a video, and you're able to do that with a PS4. I can literally click one button on my PS4 controller and start streaming to the world, right? Everyone has that ability. What makes you different from anyone else that does that? And for me, like when I started doing YouTube, let's say like my first video, I wanted my first video to do well. I wanted my first video to be like, I have a webcam, I got an overlay, I wanted my first video to be something I was going to be proud of. And I was. I learned how to edit. I got Sony Vegas. I did everything I needed to do in order to be happy with my first video. And especially when it comes to streaming as well, people just think, oh, why am I not getting views? Maybe because you're only pushing the stream button on your controller and you're streaming with like, especially on YouTube, the thumbnail is what makes the picture. Like, it literally, thumbnails are so important. And that's why I like one thing I like about YouTube streaming is that you can have these thumbnails and make it kind of like a personality type thing. You can put your personality into your thumbnail and make it so people want to click on it. For me, I like to just, you know, be a little wacky with it. I usually put myself in the thumbnail and probably some nice text and stuff like that. For a lot of Call of Duty YouTubers, they usually just stick with, you know, a gun in the thumbnail and just probably the title of it or something like that. It's just their own way of doing things. But going back to like how to be individually, you know, prospering, you got to put your time and effort into it, not just from like pushing out content that's like mediocre. You got to push out content people actually want to see. And kids growing up need to understand that. Obviously, if I was their age around 10, I would be like, I don't get it. I probably play COD better than you, blah, blah. And at the end of the day, people don't want to see you play. Like today, nowadays, people don't really want to see you play Call of Duty better than the next guy.
Yeah.
They want to see how to get these V-Bucks. They want to see how to get these like other stuff, how to get let's see, weapon variants. And I don't know, man. It just, you have to be better than the next guy. What makes you better than the next guy? And obviously having good content, being able to stream good content at 1080p or 720p 60 frames, you know. And I always have the golden rule when it comes to streams or streamers. There's 3 rules on how you can become big and or be entertaining. One, the first one is, are you good at the game you're playing? You have to be dead ass the best at what you're playing. You have to be really good at it, and to keep someone's attention span cooked on you. If they think you're better than themselves, that's why they're watching. Second, you have to be really funny or like just humorous and entertaining. Yes, exactly. Your personality has to be like funny and just like people have to laugh. Like, and the third one being, I like to divide those two because funny and entertaining are 2 different things. But funny, like, that's why they're comedians. That's why there's a job being a comedian, because they make you literally just, their sole purpose is to make you laugh. That being funny, that's why the golden rule is number 2. Third one is being entertaining. Being entertaining and just how well you can entertain, how well you can read chat, how well you can entertain your audience and be conversating with your audience. If you can round up all those things and be all 3 of those things, fantastic. You're on your way to heaven, like dead ass. But if you can just try to select one of those things, you're still in a good standard. 2 of those things, you're well on your way. For me, I'm good at Call of Duty. Hopefully I'm fucking funny, and my personality, I'm a piece of shit, but I love my people. So, like I said, those are the 3 golden rules. Take those to how you will, but seeing how streamers build themselves, like I can watch someone stream, let's say off the PS4, going back to the PS4 part, watching someone play on the PS4, no microphone, no webcam, and I'm just watching someone play on the PS4 because they're streaming off their PS4. I'm sitting there like, I can do this. I can go do this right now, and I can probably play better than him. What makes him any more entertaining than what I can be doing? And that's another reason why I started YouTube in the first place. I was sitting in my dark room. I had a job. I was just playing competitive COD in my dark ass room with my team. I'm just like, you know what? Like, I'm kind of bored. Like, what can I do to make myself more entertained? How about I just start streaming it? And obviously it was a slippery slope going up through the rankings of that. For sure. But, you know, you do your research, you find how to do it, you find, you know, how to render out your videos, how to upload your videos correctly, how to make thumbnails. There's YouTube tutorials on how to do that perfectly. And they don't even have, you can even use websites that, you know, you don't need Photoshop. You can use other websites as well. You just have to find your thrive in order to get where you want to be. Nothing is ever going to hold you back 100%. You just have to be that person. Nothing's going to be handed to you 100%.
Yeah. I really like how you worded that, because I understood what you meant by, you know, it makes it more entertaining for you too, in terms of, you know, you said you were just sitting there, you know, what could you do to have more fun? Like that, I think that's a big factor of what's so fun about streaming, for me at least, and it sounds like for you too, is it goes both ways. Like you might come to a stream to get entertained by whoever it is streaming, but at the same time, you know, with the people there having conversations, keeping it lively, that's what makes it fun for us too. So I think it's a little of each way. And for newer streamers who are just starting, you know, they might not experience that. They're trying to maybe jump on a wave or trying to figure out how to start, and we were all there streaming to absolutely no one. It's not the greatest thing in the world, especially when you want an audience. What I would say to those people though is what I did is, you know, maybe make your titles more open to get, you know, people who want to play with you. Like I always say, playing with subscribers, because there's always a market for people who are looking for smaller channels who they can play with and they can talk to, because everyone kind of wants their comment read by a YouTuber. I know if, like, my favorite YouTubers back in the day when I was growing up read my comments, I would have freaking died. That would have been the coolest thing in the world. So I understand that concept. And in terms of, you know, growing, I think in terms of growing the sub number, you're also growing as an individual, what you're learning from the streams and how you apply it to what you do. What I mean by that is, when I first started, you know, I did it off the PS4. What I preach people nowadays to not do, or, you know, try to make progress from that. You know, I started there. When I first made videos, I would take a game file from my PS4, upload it unlisted onto YouTube, go to my crappy laptop, download it into an MP4 file, comment, like, put it all together, commentate over it. Like, it's a process. It's completely different what I do now than what I did then. But, you know, I wasn't looking to be big when I first started. I just did it so I could learn from it. I enjoyed it. And I think if you don't start there, it's very hard to find growth, and it's very hard to stay motivated, because there is a big learning curve. If I, like, just list all the things I use nowadays, most people probably wouldn't know half of them if they're just starting off. Like, you need to know how to edit thumbnails. You need to know, for a colorblind person like me, it's super bad for colors. I need to learn how to fucking use colors to my advantage. You need to make it pop. That's just thumbnails alone. When you're streaming, you need to be entertaining, kind of need to be talking at all times, or have something going on where people don't have that period of where, oh, nothing's happening, I'll leave. And just in terms of playing the game, you know, are you having fun doing it, and are you doing relatively well? Those all come into question, but we're getting around that hour point now. Is there maybe any questions you have for me, or anything you'd want to talk about? Chat, now would be your time. If you guys maybe have any questions, let us know in chat. We'll kind of start getting to the wrapping up period, meaning like the next 10 minutes or so will most likely be ending. So.
Hey, it's already been an hour.
Yeah,
I feel like we're just only talking there for 10 minutes. No, not necessarily. I'm pretty sure like we already hit every nail on the head, and I appreciate you having me on the show. Feel free to let me on anytime you want to keep conversating like this. I always like to have a chat with my good friends off of YouTube, Reid. But yeah, bro, like I always like to have a good conversation with people that understand where I'm coming from. Obviously, this is content that's entertaining for most people, but you know, having someone to talk to that understands what I'm actually about, and actually having, you know, a conversation with, and can, obviously we have different opinions, we have different perspectives. Obviously, we kind of agree on most of the things we already spoke on, but you know, like at the end of the day, it's just, you know, we all have different opinions, bro, and it's nice. It's nice having a conversation with people, and we always can have a conversation over shit. Opinions are opinions. It's always a good time, especially, like, don't get me wrong, I can sit here and talk about Call of Duty and a whole bunch of bullshit for hours on end and won't get tired of it. I have a very strong opinion about COD. We didn't really touch on stuff in the Call of Duty, like, specifics, you know, but overall, like, we wrapped it up. We wrapped it up about the growth of Call of Duty, and you know, Fortnite and how it's the upcoming game. Overall, what I'm hoping for in the next year or so, we've both find growth, and hopefully YouTube does find its way into our hearts. But I feel like I gave it too many chances, and I'm just gonna find my own way around Twitch and lead off from there. But you know, we'll just see what happens.
That's awesome. I actually thought of something. So
go for it.
For a long time, this has been a process for, I'd say, maybe the past year. I've kind of held off on it because it's literally foreign territory for me. I don't know much. And chat, you can help out too. I know Argus and some other people have been trying to get me onto it. What would you say for someone looking to get into anime? What would be a good recommendation to start with? And, you know, what does anime have to offer? What do you like about anime? And kind of just talk about it for a bit.
It's fine. It's kind of freaking ironic that you actually, like, deadass, it's kind of ironic that you actually stated this. I actually recorded a video. It's literally describing what animes you should start off with. I deadass put the camera down and replied to your message right after I was done recording it. I'm most likely gonna upload it tomorrow or something, but I put like at least 4 animes that you should start off with, but I'll keep it brief.
Yeah.
Most people think that animes are just Japanese cartoons, then they're very weird about them because they just think that the reason why they don't show them in the US television is because they're super weird and they're just too edgy, or they show a lot of boobs. Yeah. At the end of the day, that's not it. They're probably, most of them, there's different kind of categories for the next person. Like, obviously, I know you like Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah.
And that's just an action-packed, you know, that's just action, bro. And it has a good storyline. Most animes follow that storyline. Usually, let's say for action ones, usually, Goku, being the protagonist, underrated protagonist, grows up, has power, starts developing up his power, and then there's evil guys to defeat.
Okay.
That's usually the basis consensus of like most action animes out there. obviously different ones for different people, and different storylines for different people. There's dramas, there's romance, there's mixes of all those together. You know, there's so many categories, and like I said, if I don't want to self-promote here, I will be uploading a video soon describing those animes that are going to be coming out. But if you really want me to say one right now, if you haven't watched Dragon Ball Z, please go ahead and do so. Just do yourself a favor, and or if you don't want to, just go on YouTube, type in like Goku versus somebody, and you'll definitely see like something that we're talking about here. You'll find the fight entertaining. You'll probably get lost in it. You'll probably find yourself even full screening in, turning up the volume, and putting your phone down for a second. And you'll probably be like, wow, that was 20 minutes long. And you'll be like, wow, this was actually very entertaining. So what I would say, one anime to start off with, if you guys, mostly everyone and their mom has Netflix, I would just go watch, I'll just name two off the rip, would be, for you action fans, it's going to be One Punch Man. That's about 24 episodes long. And for you kind of drama thriller type fans, it would be called Death Note. Both of them you can find on Netflix most likely. If you can't find One Punch Man, I'm pretty sure you can find it online very simply. But Death Note is for sure on Netflix. Just give them a try. It's your preference whether you want to watch them dubbed or subbed. Most people like to watch things in dubbed. I recommend subbed, which is subtitles and Japanese voice actors. But all in all, just give it a try. You'll probably be surprised on how well you can get into it, because it's very drawing. It draws you in very fast. And for most people, especially guys, cartoons were basically our livelihoods when we were kids. We watched them every day. And having a mature cartoon, not saying as in sexual, but as in just one that you can relate to, and one that's more grittier and probably shows like blood and, you know, whatever gets you off or whatever. It's entertaining. Entertainment is what you want to watch, and they are entertaining. So one more time off the basis, Death Note and or One Punch Man. You'll get into it off the first episode. I promise you. If you don't, you can go at me on Twitter and say I'm a dumb piece of shit. But I promise you, on everything I love, you will find it entertaining, and you will probably binge watch through the whole thing once it's over.
All right. Sounds good, buddy. All right. We're getting to the point, though, guys, where we're going to wrap up here. So, quickly, I just want to say thank you, Luke, for coming on. Guys, like I said down below, if you haven't already, I know some of you are from Luke's channel. That's the Bruh's channel. First link in the description. Absolutely subscribe and turn those notifications on. He makes great content. And in terms of, we were talking about Dragon Ball Z there. I literally, like I said, I've watched a couple episodes of Dragon Ball Z. Got into it at the start, but just kind of got busy with school and some Netflix shows I was getting into, so kind of just stopped watching it. Because, like, anime is one of those things that if I watch it, I want to give it my full attention. Because most of the time it's, was it Japanese with English subtitles?
Yes, sir.
You can find English dubs to it, but, like, I like watching the original, so I have to sit there and I have to give my full attention. And, like, when I watch Netflix and stuff or listen to podcasts, I'm always multitasking, so... that's something I'm hopefully going to do soon, is invest more time into anime, especially coming in summer. But, like, going back to what I love about Luke's channel is literally I can watch him react to a episode of Dragon Ball Z, and I'm just sitting there getting more hype than I think I ever would watching a single episode myself. Because, like, I don't understand exactly what's happening, but a fight's going on, and I'm not even kidding. This man will just be like, come on. Come on. Oh, no shit. Oh, bro. No way, dude. If that doesn't get you hyped, I don't know what will. Like, if you go to, like, his, was it your highest, probably one of your highest ranked videos, one of them absolutely popped. You freaking went crazy in that, bro, and I was laughing.
It was the most hyped episode of the season. And with anybody, let's say even watching, like, for most people, like watch sports or anything, all you guys screaming for your favorite teams, this is what I like to scream for. This is what, not scream, but obviously just get hyped for. And this was like, what, the season was maybe like 30 or 40 episodes. And this was what we were waiting for. The slowest buildup you can ever imagine, just leading up to this moment. And an unstoppable force that Goku couldn't get around finally starts to get around. And I couldn't be any happier. I just started losing my mind. So it was literally just my full-fledged reaction. I couldn't hold it back. And it wasn't for the video. I would have been like that regardless of a camera on me or not. It just, I'm telling you, anime will make you feel some type of way. 100% it will. Whether you are a man, girl, anyone, it will make you feel some type of way. 100% it will.
For sure. All right, guys. I think we're going to wrap it up here. If you guys did enjoy the live stream slash podcast, feel free to smack the like button. If you guys like the idea of doing these live, definitely I think we're going to have Luke come on for another episode. Maybe what I'll do is bring on more people too. So have, instead of just us two, maybe 3 people in. I don't want to get too many because then sometimes it can get kind of sporadic and it's hard to hear people. But I think adding a third person, especially like an Argus or someone who knows quite a bit about anime, would be a good mix. But besides that, guys, if you like this kind of live stream style of podcast, I'll do this over just recording it because I think it brings a new audience of people who maybe have not viewed this before or wanted to give it a chance, now might want to watch every single episode. We'll see. I don't know if you wanted to talk about you possibly doing a podcast. Do we want to mention that real quick? Or
I'm sorry, one more time?
Should we mention you kind of talked to me a little bit about you've kind of wanted to do a podcast at some point. If
like
you,
myself?
Yeah. Or was I talking to someone else?
I'm pretty sure. I'm most likely we're talking to somebody. Oh, actually, I mean, no, I've stated that I want to do one. I love conversating with people. Like I said, with Call of Duty or anything of such of the sort, I love conversations. Conversations will make the world go around. Opinions are opinions, and we can agree on opinions. We can disagree on opinions, but as long as we can have like a conversation, that's literally what I like. And as long as it doesn't turn into arguments, you know, then it can even be an argument, you know, like, but a subtle argument, not someone screaming over somebody thinking they're winning the argument. But you know, conversations are great and I love them. So like when you told me about this, I was all on board. I wanted to hop on this right away. Like I love talking. Like you can't fucking tell I fucking love talking. But having a conversation with somebody, I love it. Like it calms me down. I got myself a fucking some Jack and Coke here. Like I'm having a good time chilling, having a conversation. So, you know, if you want to bring anyone else on board, more than welcome to. You know, I'll super be down for that. And you know, just have to see where the future takes us, bro. I'll be happy to come on the show again.
For sure. I honestly can't wait to see like where we are right now and what it's gonna look like a year from now, or like even in the future. Like the sky is the limit. Like I can't even imagine where we stop from here. But like I know people have asked, you know, other people want to get on the Lead Army podcast. The way I run this, you know, it's nice to get other YouTubers on. Like Luke, he has quite a big sub count as well. I don't look for sub count though or any of that stuff. I look for people we can have conversations with like this where it's just normal. So if you guys are wondering how to get on a podcast, you know, if you're in chat and you don't really talk much, you know, start talking, get to know me, have me get to know you, because I prefer doing this kind of stuff with homies over just some random YouTuber who maybe can get me a couple subs or more views because of their name. That's not the point of this podcast. The point of the podcast is literally a place where you can sit back, relax, and just chill and have a good time. So that's kind of my criteria. It's open-ended. Like I said, we're going to kind of end it here. So thank you so much, Luke, for coming on. Like I said, one more time, if you guys did enjoy, please go to his channel. First link in the description. Thatsthebruh. Check his stuff out. And we will see you guys next time. I'm not going to be live for the remainder of the night. I have to do laundry and stuff. But I will see you guys tomorrow at some point. It's been your boy MumboElite. I will see you next time.